Okay. Hello, we are live. If you didn't get a chance to watch it, we won no, geez, I'm so used to the Ireland scoreline. 3-0 over Canada. You may hear my pugs in the background because it is watermelon time. That is a time that they share with my husband where they all eat watermelons together. So they're whining because he's cutting up the watermelon, but we'll see. Anyway, if you didn't watch it, up 2-0 at halftime, both off of set pieces. Love to see it. Love to never have to hear about that again from Julie Foudy. Claire Hutton, the standout, really. Rose Lavelle is, of course, great. I didn't actually mention that in my recap video. I don't feel like I need to say anything about Rose Lavelle being great. She's been great this entire window. It does not look like somebody's come back from surgery. So didn't really feel any type of way about anybody that we saw in the second half, just because it was it's hot, it's kind of slow. I didn't think Canada was really doing much, getting anything going. But yeah, I don't know, we'll take it. And I think, is Canada missing some people? Sure. I think Olivia Smith could have given our backline some trouble, but it's a good win. Meza looks good. She did look good this game. Small sample size, and again, game kind of already, in my view, done, frankly. But I do think she did well enough to come back into camp, which is another problem for Hal Hirschfeld. So to the Hal Hirschfeld stands, when you're like, people are overreacting, she's going to be back. I don't, when we talked about this almost, was it January when she wasn't going into that camp? And I was like, this isn't a good sign because you've got players younger than her, then you've got the players that are the same age as her who could emerge in the league. And that's Sam Meza right there. I love that Patterson slide tackle. She's been great. She's had a great camp, Avery Patterson. She's just not Emily Fox. She's not going to start over Emily Fox. I don't see it. She could, but I think she's firmly on the roster right now. What a day for both the men and women. They both won, and they both did it well. Who knew? Diego Luna, man, I'm just still so sad that he didn't get to go to the Olympics. Hutton first international goal. It was great. How do you think Alyssa was playing? This wasn't Alyssa's day for me. She kind of suffered from the same problem I thought a lot of people suffered from, especially the second half, which was just too many touches in the box. Too slow in the box. The decision-making was just a little slow. And that's probably the heat. So, USA men's will either play Mexico or Honduras in the Gold Cup final. It's going to be Mexico. It has to be Mexico. It was meant to be Mexico. It was always foretold it would be Mexico. Canada when they don't have spy drones. Love it. Love the callback. Never forget. Let's see. Honestly, shocked Thompson still played after her ankle got wrecked. That looked rough. Yeah, that was scary. Especially as an Angel City fan, because she's pretty much our team at the moment. I know Patterson can play left back too. I would be interested to see that when Foxy's back. They tried that though. That's the thing, is they tried that last camp or the camp before. They deliberately tried that, and then they're not doing it anymore. So I think they've ruled that out, but never know. Wondering who Lawrence was arguing with after she fouled Thompson. I got no idea. Did not see. Lawrence did not have a great showing today. No, I thought she got shut down pretty hard by Cooper. All right. Thoughts on Lily Real? I thought she was fine. She didn't have as much to do. One, she didn't get tested as much as I would have liked to see her get tested. Two, she was playing the more. They kind of tend to have one side that's really cooking on the outside backs, and the other one stays more at home. And she was staying more at home, which I think was maybe meant to give her the opportunity to showcase what she can do defensively, because she has that center back experience. So I thought she was good. I think she merits getting called back in. Do I think that she is displacing Crystal Dunn right now? No. Do I think she's displacing Carrie Abello when Carrie Abello is healthy? I thought Carrie Abello had a better showing. So we will see, but I think she's still in the mix for sure. Real over Izzy, yeah. You didn't even see Izzy tonight. There's a reason for that. That's a big telltale sign of how Emma is thinking of people. There was a question here. Who do I think will and won't get called back up? I think almost everybody here is getting called back in. At some point, I would tell you, this is the same stuff I said Sunday. I would tell you Emily Sams is not getting called back in. But I have said that for the last 4 camps, and they keep calling her back in and either not playing her or playing her out of position. And again, I know she can play outside back, but suboptimally. And then she doesn't play well. Then they call her back in anyway. So I don't know what's going on. Okay, I don't know. But she's probably drop Sams because respectfully, what's the point? That's how I feel at this point. Beating Canada with the new kids on the block is very impressive. Yes, and if anybody comes back in and is give us a hard game. Like, what do you want? Like, we beat Canada 3-0. I'm sorry, we're good. Coffee was amazing. She's been amazing this whole window. She's been great. Hello to Areli. Kept the clean sheet. I know. I didn't think that was going to happen. PTJ is my starter. I am a PTJ fan of those two. I do like Dickey though. I would be happy to see her come back. Embarrassment of riches. So many players to choose from. Agreed. Midfield cooked. Great chemistry. They did look good. We got to finally really test a non-Lindsay Heaps midfield, and it looks good. So in many permutations. So we'll see. Of these new kids who's most likely to displace Triple Espresso from the top 3, I still think it's Alyssa Thompson. I think it's Alyssa Thompson. I feel today was not great. It was fine, right? It just wasn't like outstanding. But Alyssa Thompson for me does displace them. We have to start scoring. Start starting Gurma and Tara if we are planning toward the World. If we're looking toward the World Cup. Do you? You can play Sonnet back there. If you want to play Sonnet back there, you can absolutely play Sonnet back there. She's fine. Like I think you can find better, but she'll be the right age. Because you can be old at center back. I don't care. You want to trot out a 38-year-old center back? Could be fine. Let's see. Coffee and Patterson worked well together. They did, because like Patterson floated into that midfield quite a bit. She really drifted central today. Claire Hutton is my new favorite. Her interview with Sam Muse is so good. I love Claire Hutton. She's just been so fun this camp. I feel like Canada just isn't good. This was our B team and they smoked them. Have you considered though that perhaps our B team was just very good? So Gatino coming back ever? Maybe. I haven't ruled it out. Ceiling is high. Got to see what happens with her for next season though. As of now, who's your top 3 you predict placing in the 27 World Cup? Ooh, that's hard to say. Because I don't want to just give you the obvious stuff. I think you can't count out Brazil with a Brazil, home World Cup, and we might still get Marta. We might get another attempt to do it from Marta. So 2027, wait for me to predict Brazil again. Jenna Nicewater, why? Like, how could she come back? Y'all, she's getting no minutes at club. She went to a different club supposedly to get minutes to get back in the mix here, and not happening. And now, they're signing probably another outside back that's going to get announced in the next few days. Let's see where the minutes are coming from. Thoughts on Lynn? I like Lynn. I thought her finishing could have been more clinical today. Oh, thank you for the heart, my burry pup. How do I feel about No Moultrie? Fine, didn't miss her. I have no issue with her being in camp, but I did not miss her in this game. Was not calling for her. Dickey was fun to watch, or is Canada just that bad? No, Dickey was fun to watch. She had work to do. Patterson is exponentially more offensively prolific than Fox. Yeah, but because that's kind of what she's tasked to do in these matchups. I think Fox is the stronger defender. So it's an interesting question. And I think Fox's attack is still it's not it's such a steep drop off that I would take that trade. Off night for Lynn tonight. Still like her effect on the defense. Yeah. First to Triple Espresso to lose their spot is probably Swanson. Can Patterson not play left back? I think she could, but they tested that, right? They deliberately did test that a couple camps ago. And she's not playing there anymore, and they keep bringing in new people for that position. So I think whatever it was, they got their answer. What happened to DeMello? I don't know. It's the U.S. Women's National Team midfield, baby. You play with 10? So do 20 other people. 20 other people in this pool that could probably start for almost any other national team. That's how deep we are at the 10. So that's the problem. She can go commiserate about it with Ashley Sanchez. Let's see. Does Davidson still have a spot when back? Probably. Why do you think Swanson would lose your spot over Soph or Trin? Just that side. I just think it's the left side, and I would probably take Thompson over her right now. But it's hard to say. We don't know what they're going to look like when they come back. Yeah. Where do you see Jaden Shaw fitting back into the team? I don't know that I see it presently. I don't know that I see it happening for 2027 right now. So I would not rule it out for 31. But the way things are shaking, it's just tough at that 10 spot, man. If Rose is healthy, they're not cutting Heaps, so Heaps is going to be there still. You got Croy Bethune, who, I think grew into the game last week. I expect to see her in the next camp in October. You got Kat. Like, what are we doing? Where do you get the shirt? They post it. Listen, if you follow anyone from Shea Butter FC on any social media and somebody gets scored on after playing out the back, they post the link, but I think you can get it on Shea Butter's website. I can drop that link in my bio later. Let's see. Do you think Official can come back? I do, but I think she needs to get minutes and make a move this summer. Do I think Sanchez is done getting called in? Yes. Starting goalkeeper, PDJ. What position do I think is our weakest link? Left back. We haven't found an answer that's not Crystal Dunn. We have not cemented it. So, all right. I like Lynn, but why does she keep getting starts? I think she got starts here for matchup purposes. I do think she's better off the bench most of the time. She's got kind of a Stina Blacksinius thing going, I feel like Swanson's leadership is important to the team. I think this team has a lot of leaders right now. I think that group has really grown. So I don't think we're lacking without her, but who knows? I think, and that's the problem, right? Is when you bring in somebody for leadership, but you've got other leaders. I'm not saying she's not going to make the roster when she's back. That's not what I'm saying, but I don't think we've missed her in that sense. Setner was everywhere tonight. I think she did really well positionally and started the third goal off. I think she's had a good camp. Germany's winning the Euros. Malsov and Trin have so much chemistry, though. They do, but that's because they got a little more time to develop it together, right? These players have not gotten as many games together as Triple Espresso did. Triple Espresso had a whole way to grow, in the Olympics. And here, these players have had a couple piecemeal camps. Keep in mind, Triple Espresso didn't look particularly inspiring leading up to the Olympics either. Trin is way better than Mal, agree. Germa and Coffee, your great leadership, agree. Hi, Casey. Greetings from Ecuador. I'm doubly happy about the U.S. women's national team's 2-0 victory over Canada and the U.S. men's national team's 2-1 win over Guatemala. I love and respect the cultural and sporting diversity of your country. Well, thank you. That's very kind. We are celebrating here. And again, just a reminder, TikTok, I'm also on YouTube. So there's 35 people on YouTube. You got a better chance of me seeing your comment there. If you were on TikTok, they come kind of fast. Cooper in 2027, presently, yes. What about Fox on the left? I haven't seen her do it yet. So, and why would you move the best right back in the world when you got the best right back in the world? Do you think Haran should start on the bench? Yes, I do. At this point, if you've got healthy Rose Lavelle, I would. Or Kat McCarr. I mean, well, maybe you play Kat at the 9, and then you do those two together. I don't know. I wouldn't call Trin way better than Mal. They bring different things to the team. And remember, the team looked lost when Swanson was injured. I mean, I think the team looked lost for several reasons. I think Swanson is always, I think she's an important player and she provides a lot of different space options, and Trin can kind of power through people in a way that I think is very fun. But let's wait and see what they look like when they come back, right? That's going to be kind of the deal here. You've got 3 players all coming back from, different things that take different times to recover from. So let's see. Do I think Corbin is out? Presently, yes. Because again, I think the 6'8" has gotten deeper now. I think we've brought in people and worked people at those positions now. And that was never where she should have been. Low, thank you for the rose. And then you're talking about putting her at the 10. And again, the 10, 20 people. They're literally, I could probably rattle off 20 people in our pool that play that well enough that they would be potentially starting for another nation. So it's just brutal. Tiffany, thank you for the finger heart. Appreciate you. Thoughts on Meza? I thought she had a fine camp, but and could get called back in again, and probably will get called back in again, but not to the point where she's going to be starting, or I think presently making 2027. I would say she's on the cusp. Do I think Real was good tonight? I thought Real was fine tonight. It was not, for me, a breakout performance. I think she gets to come back, but I don't know if I'd take her over a Bello. I definitely wouldn't take her over Dunn. Thank you for the heart puff to Jocelyn. I didn't see who it was. Rose looked great this camp. Phenomenal. Love it. Let's see. Our October game dates and locations dropped yet? Not to my knowledge. Do you think Naomi and Sonnet switched? Why do I think they switched sides? Naomi used to play on the right. I think some of that is about the player they're with, and then also making sure if you're going to be doing this thing where one of your backs goes much higher up and you're working with a 3-back, she's the player you want central, right? So that's why you would play her on the left if you're going to keep your left back home to do more of a 3-back thing. You want to keep Germa central. That's why. I also just don't think that the side matters that much for center backs. For some players, it does. I would say for a lot of center backs, though, I don't think it's that big of a deal. So we might see Triple Espresso play less now. It looks like one of them lost their spot. We'll see when they come back and what it looks like, right? It's just really hard to predict. Thompson's ability to find space is insane, yes. And she's gaining so much more confidence on the ball. Yasmin replaced Rose as the 10 to finish the game. She's a Swiss Army knife. She's had a nice camp. So, I mean, it's going to be competitive when Triple Espresso comes back. Love what Emma's doing. Agree. Do you think Giselle makes 2027 with Alyssa? Increasingly, no, because she's not staying healthy. That's the problem. I thought Canada could make it a game, but they got crushed. Yeah, I thought this would be a lot closer. Order of the GKs, PTJ first. I think it's still Mandy 2, and then I would say Dickey 3. But I think Anderson could sneak in there by the end. Why is the next camp all the way in October? Because that's when it is on the FIFA calendar. Let's see. Do you think Jordan Dudley from FSU could replace Lynn? I like Dudley. I think keep eyes there. I don't know for 2027, but longer term, be sure. Why is the 10 covered position? Like, do you mean covered? Like, why do we have so many of them? I don't know. That's just how it went. Who am I calling him for left back next camp? I want a Bello to actually come back and be healthy. Like to see it. So, and I'm still Maddie Darlene. If you or your loved ones are listening, have you again considered becoming a left back? Maddie Darlene, I really think this is the way for you. You don't want to compete with this front line, okay? But you got a lot going for you. Just become a left back. This is my plea that I make almost every time. So, let's see. Oh, I'm starting to see more Patterson than Fox, especially going forward. A lot of you are. But again, keep in mind what Emily Fox does defensively. Like, that's the best right back in the world to me. Really is. October break between WSL and WSL season. Yeah. But like we've had like September windows. We've had some other windows, right? So Darlene over Sears for me. Yeah. I think for me too, probably, but it's a similar player profile, and they play kind of on opposite. Well, they do play on opposite sides of the pitch. All right, y'all. I have to cut this off a little bit early tonight. I have to go pick up another foster pug. So this has been super fun hanging out with you all. Again, if you don't already follow or subscribe or whatever, go ahead, do it. And we'll do these. I will do another live at some point during Euros. I don't know what that's going to look like, but it won't be U.S. Women's National Team related. So come hang out because the Euros are on and it's fun. Anyway, all right. Let's fucking go. And YouTube, I say bye to you last. What numbers correlate in the midfield? I never remember the position numbers. I do. There's a whole video for you on YouTube. I did a whole explaining where they go on the field. But don't worry about the jersey number they're wearing. All right. Bye, YouTube.